Hello, my girls. Day 2. All right. Today I want to dig into the nutrition plan. So, sounds like you guys have a good hold on everything else. I saw you've been commenting what fitness program you're following. A lot of you have printed your calendar and you're good to go, right? So, now we just need to make sure that your nutrition is also fairly clean. That way you are seeing the results of your hard work, all right? And I really want you to keep this in mind too, regardless of which one you pick. Trust the process. All right. When I started, I felt like I was eating a ton of food. Okay. I was not used to eating this way. Some of you may be this way too, because in my mind, I was always like the calorie counter and I didn't feel like I could hardly eat anything because before I knew it, I was at like 1,200 calories for the day. And that was always like the sweet spot I thought you had to be to lose weight. And I was always starving. And so when I started this, I was like, this is not going to work. I'm eating way too much. But you guys, trust the process, okay? It's going to work because we're changing the way we eat, all right? So, first, make sure, like I said yesterday, that you have been going through that welcome guide that I pinned here in the group and that I also emailed to you because that is going to explain some basic differences between the two nutrition plans, Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset, okay? There was also a link in there that you could click on to kind of see which one's best for you. And so I just want you to be thinking, which one are you gonna follow? And I'm gonna try to explain some things today and then just kind of let you know kind of what I expect, okay? So here's the thing. I don't want you to get too bogged down in which plan's best, which one do I pick and blah, blah, blah. Don't get too bogged down in that because guys, there's so many similarities in these two plans. They really overlap well. So it's not like in this group, I'm not going to be like teaching one specific thing. I'm just going to be teaching you general nutrition that can apply to both, okay? So in both plans, we focus on eating more clean foods. And by clean, what we mean is avoiding a lot of the processed stuff, typically things that might be found in like bags and boxes, okay? Those are typically more processed foods. And we really just want to focus on, hey, let's get back to basics, okay? This is not Whole30 by any means, but let's get back to keeping it simple, going back to whole foods, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, lean meat, avoiding some of the fatty red meat. Okay, trust me, we're a steak family. We have like steak once a week probably. So I'm not saying you can't have that, all right? But that's just what clean eating is. So whenever, a long time ago, I used to think like, oh, trying to eat better, it has to be broccoli and brown rice and like fish every night. And I was like, I'm not doing that, okay? So if you're that girl too who's like, I don't want to change the way I eat, hear me out and trust this because I actually do eat really good. I eat good stuff, and I don't ever feel deprived. Okay, if I want something and like a treat, I also am going to teach you like how to like plan for those things. You can have them, but just starting to learn like not every night. Okay, I was also the girl who was like every single night having ice cream, having dessert. I always felt like I needed it until I started changing the way I ate. And guys, it's crazy how like your cravings really do go away whenever you're fueling your body properly with good nutrition. Your cravings come from deficiencies that you have in your diet. So when you start eating really well, it really just goes into all the areas, okay? So that's what they mostly have in common. They're both going to focus on eating clean, whole foods. You're going to learn about the different food groups in both of the programs. So hopefully you've gotten a chance to start watching the videos of whichever one you've chosen, but you'll see that Alana and Autumn are teaching you about food groups. I would say maybe one slight difference in the two is that in 2B Mindset, Alana kind of groups fruit and carbs together. She calls them fiber-filled carbohydrates, and that could be, a whole grain piece of toast, or it might be fruit. Okay, that's kind of lumped into one, where Autumn is going to teach you more so to break it into two groups. You do have room for fruit, and you do have room for carbs in her plan, okay? Let me think the other way that they can Another way that they overlap is they're both going to be pushing lots and lots of water. Okay, so that's another key part of it. It's one of the two bunnies if you follow 2B mindset. And then Autumn is always talking about drinking half your body weight in water. All right, so here's what I'm expecting, or what I'm going to ask from you. So starting next week, we will start checking in every night, and you'll just kind of give me a little rundown of how your day was. And all I'm going to ask you in terms of nutrition is, did you track your nutrition? Okay, so I don't care which plan you picked, guys. I just want to know, are you tracking it so that way you actually are following the plan and not just winging it? So if you're doing 2B mindset, the cool thing is in your kit, you're going to get an actual journal and like food diary where you can log it every single day. In fact, if you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix, use the journal too. It's a phenomenal journal. It doesn't matter what program you're really following. It was designed for 2B, but you can still do it for Portion Fix, okay? I like to use the app, and so in the app I just track my containers because I like to follow Portion Fix. But if you're following 2B mindset, all you do is change the setting in your app to say that you're following 2B mindset, and you'll just more so track your plate because you know that she teaches you like, hey, here's what your plate should look like, right? So here's another way that they overlap. In Portion Fix, she's telling you like, here's how many of the food groups you can have every day. You can have 4 proteins, you can have 2 carbs, and so on. But a lot of people struggle with how to put that together and design their whole day. So Alana in 2B Mindset will teach you, hey, here's what your plate should look like at every meal. I'm actually going to post, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to post an image of my breakfast yesterday. I took a picture of it, and I want to show you how my breakfast yesterday could have gone with either nutrition plan. Okay, there's not that significant of a difference, and I'll explain that whenever I make my post. Okay, but either way, like my point was, I'm just gonna ask, did you track it? Are you keeping track of what you're eating? And I know that some people may say, I don't really want to think about it that much. I don't want to track what I'm eating. I was that girl too. I was like, I don't want to have to write it down. Okay, I'm not saying you have to write it down, all right, but at least use the app. That's why because I don't really write it down either. I just tap the food groups. I'm like, yep, protein, carb, okay, I had a veggie, okay, I had a fruit, and like easy peasy, right? But if you are using the journal and you want all the detail, then by all means do that. But what we don't track, we can't improve upon. So the reason why I want you to at least give me 3 weeks to a month of solid tracking what you're eating is because I want you to learn from it. Not because I want you to say, oh, I'm perfect every single day and my nutrition is perfect. No, I want you to learn from it though. And I want you to see maybe little habits that you have or tweaks that you make that either are working well for you or are not working well for you. Okay, so if you come home every day from work and you have your 5 Oreos and that's just what you love to do, but at the end of week 1, you really haven't lost any weight, if that's your goal, or you still don't like how your jeans look if you're just going for more of how like toning and tightening, then you might say, okay, eating the Oreos every day was not working well for me, so I've got to change something, right? Or even, guys, you might even look over your week and be like, wow, this was my aha. I didn't ever eat vegetables, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I thought this was a vegetable and it wasn't, and so now I used to probably eat maybe like 1 to 2 vegetable servings, maybe a week. I'm not even kidding you guys, a week, okay? It was terrible. So when I started this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a big area that I need to improve on, but I didn't get better at it until I started tracking every day. That first week was tough. I was like, I don't want to eat another vegetable. I'm sick of this crap, okay? But then as I kept going and I was like, oh, I could blend one up in my shake and I don't even taste it, okay? And that's almost like a secret vegetable. Or then I started experimenting with mixing it in my eggs, which I never thought I would like. But I've just learned how never say never, because I'm going to teach you some little things. You're going to learn from the girls in this group, and you might find some new delicious things you like, okay? But you got to track it so you can learn from it and you can constantly improve on it. Then the other part I'm going to ask you for every night is your water. So are you drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water per day? So I'm going to give you like a little checklist every night. Like, did you get your workout in? Did you drink half your body weight in ounces of water? Did you track your nutrition? So I'm not going to say, Did you have Hershey Kisses after school? Okay, did you grade the pantry? I don't need to know every single little detail, and I don't want you stressing about every single little detail, guys, because that's where we get burnt out. That's where this is not sustainable as a lifestyle, okay? But what I want you focusing on is big picture. Did I at least track it? Am I at least trying to move in the right direction? Am I learning along the way? This is truly a process, okay? So give me 3 weeks to a month, commit to doing that. So all I want for your assignment today is to just comment and let us know what plan have you chosen to follow, okay? If you're stuck, feel free to ask questions. I have probably an equal amount of girls that do both. Some love Portion Fix, some love 2B Mindset, some have switched somewhere along the way because they're like, I just want to try something different and see if this works well for me. Another biggie that you should probably know about is maybe the difference in using the scale. So in 2B Mindset, you are going to be using the scale and you are going to be getting on the scale often, okay? She encourages every day. I don't know if you have to be that strict, but that's just another reason why that I don't really follow that, because I'm not, I don't know. The scale for me, I use it like once every couple months because I just more so focus on being healthy, having energy. Like I just want to feel a certain way. Whereas sometimes the scale can discourage, but I will say, don't let that scare you off either. If you're watching your videos, you'll know that Alana is actually teaching you to handle that mentally. And she really does dive deep into a lot of emotional eating issues and emotional ties to the scale. So if you feel like you're kind of carrying around some maybe baggage, like mentally or with your weight, with your nutrition, with fitness, 2B Mindset might actually be a great choice for you because she really does deal with a lot of the mindset part of it, and really digging deep into some of those emotional issues, okay? So let us know which one you're going to follow, and then if you need help, like I said, we're here to help you. We're here to answer any other questions that maybe you have. So today I just wanted to kind of give a little overview, and then for the rest of the week, I'm really just going to be sharing more tips about how to plan your week, how to come up with a meal plan, and what would a day in the life look like whenever you put this all together. So it doesn't matter which nutrition plan you choose, everything else I teach for the rest of the week is going to apply to you, okay? All right, I hope you'll have a great day. I hope you're rocking and rolling with your workouts for those of you that have started, and I can't wait to hang out more this week. Bye, guys.